And yeah, for a while I just ignored it, like I said. All I ever seem to do is go on Instagram. It's such an emo anthem. Yeah, that kind of made me sad. They had an absolute banger album, another firm favourite of mine. Oh my god. I've had a bit of a screw up. Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Chloe and I am a writer and musician here on YouTube. I am 20 years old, currently working part-time in retail. So for today's video, as you will be able to tell from the title, is going to be my Q3 music discoveries from this year. Obviously, what other year would it be from? And so if you didn't know, I have previously done I think 3 of these videos, but they weren't like quarterly videos. They were like bi-monthly, I think, so 2 months. I know because I did one for January and February, March and April, and then May and June. Then I was going to do one for like July and August, but I was actually kind of struggling to come up with something substantial to actually talk about because I really hadn't discovered a lot. I thought that in July and August it was quite dry in terms of music. It was the summer and I always think like, oh, people are, you know, having their summer holidays and whatnot, and maybe that was why, but I decided in the end not to do one for July and August, and instead I would leave it for another month, so September, and I would do a quarterly video, which I will be doing from now on, and that will just make it a lot easier for me. Though I will admit, this has been a long time coming. I don't know why it has just taken me a really long time to actually sit down and film this video. So if you are new to my channel, I like to split up my discoveries into 3 sections, and so I have got artist discoveries slash like band discoveries, and then album discoveries, so new album releases in the time frame, so in this case it is Q3, and then not just like general album releases, but albums that I have loved myself, that I have listened to. And then my last section is, so section 3 is song discoveries, and so I reckon we should just jump straight into the artist discoveries. I really haven't discovered a lot in the third quarter as opposed to like the first half of the year. I would say, well, definitely not, because obviously, you know, 2 different like lengths of time as well, so there isn't a lot to the first 2 sections, but when we get to the song discoveries, yeah, there will be a lot. The thing with the artist discoveries, so I'm just gonna like preface this section by saying it's been a long time since Q3, admittedly, so I had a bit of trouble figuring out how I actually discovered these artists, but actually I do think most of them are Instagram sponsors, because that is literally one of the only ways I really discover new artists now. So I will say, like, otherwise, or if there's a bit more detail to the discovery, I will go into that as well. The first artist I discovered in Q3 was Grace Blue, and I discovered her in August. I'm not actually entirely sure about their pronouns, so I might just say their. And I actually discovered them because the artist actually reached out to me herself. She sent me a message on Instagram and kind of just said that I might like some of her music based on what she's seen me like posts I've liked from different bands, like quite popular bands, things like I Prevail, I think, and she just said that I might like her music based on what she'd seen that I liked. And I get that for some people that can be kind of creepy, but actually I'm just like, I always just love discovering new artists, and I personally do like it when they reach out to me on a personal level, especially like small artists. You know, I get that they are just trying to find a way into the music industry. Like, it's quite a competitive industry to be in, so I do always like it when they reach out to me personally, like Lost Zone actually did. I think it was the lead singer. When I discovered them, I think the lead singer Florian had reached out to me in my Instagram DMs, and I don't know, I always just like it when people do that, because I feel like I would be more inclined, like I feel like I'm just more inclined to listen to them. Like, I'm just like, oh yeah, of course, I just always like it when like small independent artists reach out to me on Instagram or wherever, really, because I just feel like I'm more inclined to listen to them as opposed to someone commenting on like one of my posts. I don't know why, I just do, and I'm always up for listening to new artists. So yeah, that is how I discovered Grace Blue, and 3 of my favourite songs of hers that I've listened to are Hard Day, I Hate You, and I Keep Trying. And that last one, I Keep Trying, I like both the studio and the acoustic version of it. And so the next band that I discovered was actually Half-Lives, and I discovered them in July. I believe it was literally just like an Instagram sponsor that I discovered them through. Actually, I think the other way that I kind of discovered them was I've probably listened to one of their songs on a random Spotify playlist, and I had also seen a video on YouTube of the lead singer, I can't remember her name, of the lead singer doing a cover with, I think it was First to 11 or something like that, and I enjoyed it, so naturally I was just like, you know, I'm actually gonna check Half-Lives out. And my favourite song of theirs that I listened to in Q3 was Victim. And then the third, I wouldn't say they're a band, but the third artist that I discovered in Q3 was Neoni, and Neoni are actually more of a duo because they are 2 sisters that make music together. I think they're 2 sisters, and I discovered them in September. The funny thing is that how I actually discovered them was I kept getting like a load of ads and sponsors coming up on Instagram, and it was getting to a point where I was just like getting kind of pissed off, which is funny because when I did actually end up listening to their songs properly, I was not pissed off anymore. So yeah, I kept getting a lot of sponsored stories on Instagram, and also like not just stories but posts as well. It was just like they were doing really well, like with their marketing on Instagram, let's just say that. And yeah, for a while I just ignored it, like I said, until I was just like, I got so pissed off with it, that I was just like, why don't I just give them a listen? And I listened to their new album, because I'm guessing that's why they were promoting the shit out of their music, and I actually really liked it. I just thought that was kind of like a funny story. And 3 of my favourite songs of theirs from their new album, which I can't actually remember the name of, and 3 of my favourite songs of theirs are Outlaw, Dark Side and Wonderland. That might even be the name of the album, I can't remember. And then the 4th band that I discovered was Paradise Now, and I discovered them in August from an Instagram sponsor. Like a lot of these, like I said, are Instagram sponsors. There was one point that I was listening to one of their songs and I thought to myself, is that Caskets? And it was not. So yeah, they have a similar sound to Caskets, who are another band that I absolutely love. Oh, and I recently did an album reaction to Caskets' new album, Lost Souls. So if you would like to check that out, then That will also be linked in the description. And my 4 favourite songs of theirs are Monsters, The Lockdown Mix, Heaven Close, Losing Myself, and I Hope It Never Ends. Band number 5 that I discovered was actually a rediscovery that I discovered in September, which is The Plotting You. And yes, like I said, they are a rediscovery for me, and it was only because they had a new album release and obviously they were promoting it, and so naturally I saw the promotion and I'm just like, you know what, I'm actually gonna check this out. And so my 3 favourite songs from that album are Too Far Gone, Both to Blame, and Whole Without Me. Band number 6 that I discovered, and the last one, is actually a band called Venues, and I discovered them in August, yet again from an Instagram promotion, because all I ever seem to do is go on Instagram, and that's actually pretty much true. I spend a lot of time on Instagram. Oh, maybe they came out with a new album or something, because it was an album that was being promoted. And so my 4 favourite songs from Venues, like the band and the album, I would say, are Mountains, Down Below, Uncaged Birds, and Deceptive Faces. And now we are actually going to move on to album discoveries, and let's just say I think there were a lot of good ones in the 3rd quarter. A lot of favourite artists and bands releasing new albums, especially in September. I feel like September was a really good month for albums, and I even did a couple of album reactions in September, which I will leave linked down below. I think Casket might have been one of them. Yeah, it was. Oh, and Bad Flower. Yeah, okay, so the first album discovery was actually Bad Flowers' This Is How the World Ends. I did do an album reaction for This Is How the World Ends, and so my 4 favourites from that album are actually Machine Gun, Don't Hate Me, Everyone's an Asshole, and Tethered. I feel like it's kind of a given why I love the song Everyone's an Asshole. I feel like it's such an emo anthem. And then the second album slash EP that I discovered was actually Against the Current's new EP, Fever. It's definitely an EP, but I feel like there were like 7 songs on it, so to me that's like verging on an album, but it's classed as an EP on Spotify. And so my 4 favourites from that EP are Jump, Shatter, Burn It Down, and Lullaby. And then the next album that I discovered, yes, is one I've already talked about, and that is Casket's Lost Souls, which I did an album reaction for. We all know this. And so my favourite songs, I actually tried to limit every section, like every sort of album and everything, to 4 songs, so that'll probably be the most favourite songs I have from each band or artist or whatever, or album in this case. And so my 4 favourites from their album Lost Souls are Drowned in Emotion, Hold Me Now, Hopes and Dreams, and The Final Say. And yes, they're my 4 favourite songs, though there are probably more, but obviously I wanted to limit it. Oh my god, and this next one is yet another album reaction. I'm sorry. I think this is actually the last album discovery. Yes, it is, and there are definitely more than 4 favourite songs. The next and last album that I discovered and listened to was Daughtry's Dearly Beloved. There's also an album reaction for that. I think I've already said that actually. And I actually have 5 favourite songs from the album, and they are Changes Are Coming, Cry for Help, Asylum, Evil, and Break Into My Heart. But yes, that is it for the album discoveries. And so we are now going to move on to the third section of the Q3 discoveries, and that is, yes, the song discoveries. I feel like this is gonna be the longest one, but there were a lot of songs that I listened to and loved, and we all know I just love talking about music. These are actually in alphabetical order from the bands. So the bands are in alphabetical order, but not the songs. Just makes it a bit easier. And so the first song I listened to and loved was Part of Me by Afterlife. They actually had an album released this year that unfortunately I never got to do, like for a video, or as a video rather. Yeah, that kind of made me sad, but I'm still listening to them, and there are a lot of like album discoveries, album releases that I want to do, I just never get the chance to. And so the next song discoveries were actually As It Is songs. If you didn't know, they had an absolute banger album release back in 2018 called The Great Depression. I absolutely loved that, and I still love their music to this day. So when they released another 3 songs, obviously I loved them, and they were I Lie to Me, I Don't Care, I Can't Take It, and I Love You, How Are You, or ILY, How Are You. I love As It Is. They are a great band. Another great band that I absolutely love that I discovered more songs from were Asking Alexandria, another 3 songs. The first one I don't think really counts because it's just called Intro, because I think they had a new album release this year, and so the first one is Intro, and then I've got Alone Again on here and The Violence as well. And then song number 4, or actually rather band number 4, because I'm doing this like by bands, so the songs are like, there are more songs. And so the next song is actually called Roses by Awaken I Am. I actually really want to listen to their other songs, I just haven't got a chance to yet, so I really need to do that. And Roses is a great song, I love it. And then an old favourite of mine, Black Veil Brides, released more songs, more music, whatnot, and I think the only one that had released in Q3 was Torch. And I loved it, of course, because they are a great band. And I'm going to say that about every single one. Oh, and the next band, Citizen Soldier, love them. I always love their new singles. All of the ones they came out with in Q3 are actually on this list. And we've got Always December, Bedroom Ceiling, Empty Cup, Hand Me Down, and Thank You for Hating Me. I think my absolute favourite has got to be Bedroom Ceiling. It's like my favourite of all time at the moment. And then the next song I discovered is called Locked On, the reimagined version by Dark Station. I think I have listened to one of their other songs, but I can't remember what, which is probably why it's on this list. Oh, and another classic, Falling in Reverse, and their revamped version of I'm Not a Vampire. I feel like it's just their most famous song, their most played. I just love the song. Any version they come out with, I will love. And yes, the revamped version I love. And so the next band that I listened to a lot of songs by is the Ghost Club. Another firm favourite of mine. I love them. I actually kind of discovered them through my boyfriend's mate, I would say, which was just their song. I think it was This Bird Has Flown or something. Their very first song, I think it was, but they've come out with a lot more now. And I've got some listed here, just some, and these are the ones that I actually liked and listened to in Q3, and they are Hey There Rose, Nights Like These, Same Graves, Isolated, See Below, and Hate Me Too. Number 6, yeah, there are 6 there. Next song is by a band or artist called Hallian. I will definitely put it on the screen like I always do, and it's called Glass Heart. I don't know why, I always think it reminds me of Caskets and their song Glass Heart. So maybe that's why I like it. I don't know. Okay, so the next song I actually discovered was When Demons Come to Life by Halicene and Lauren Babic. Yes, I like their covers on YouTube, so I think it's kind of natural that when they came out with an original, I bloody loved it. And then the next song is Stabbing in the Dark by Ice Nine Kills and Matthew K. Heafy, and it is the acoustic version because I think I actually discovered like the studio version in a different like time period or something, but I can't think when I did. And then the next two songs are Bad Friends and Reminisce by Mad Leo. I believe it's actually a woman and that's just like a stage name. I think so. It's gotta be. Oh my god. I've had a bit of a screw up. Why did I put Paradise? Okay, so the next artist that I also really like is Mayday Parade, because they came out with, I think they actually came out with an album recently, but they hadn't in Q3, and they had only come out with 2 songs, Bad at Love and Kids of Summer, and I obviously loved them. Down on my piece of paper I've got Mayday Paradise. Mayday Paradise, not Mayday Parade. I was probably tired, to be fair. Oh, when I was writing this list, actually I do think it was in the evening, like late in the evening, so that probably explains it actually. The next songs are by Palais Royale. At least I didn't fuck that one up. And so the songs I discovered were Punching Bag and No Love in LA, and then the unplugged version of No Love in LA as well. And then the next band, they're actually a rediscovery. Like, I haven't listened to them in a long time, and yes, 6am. I haven't listened to them in a really long time, so I was quite surprised when they came out with a rock mix of Skin and another song called Pray For Me, which both I love. And then the next song is actually called Counting On Me, the acoustic version by Smash Into Pieces and APOC, I want to say, but I'm probably saying that wrong, knowing me. And then the next 3 songs are just another 3 Smash Into Pieces songs, because they always come out with a lot of music as well, but one of these is actually one of their old songs, which is Ride With You, and then the other 2 songs are Cut You Off, the acoustic version, and Glow in the Dark. And so the next 3 songs are songs by Solence, and I've got down here Speechless, Push Me to the Edge, and Vampire. All great songs, I love them, though I would probably say that my favourite is probably Vampire. And then another favourite band is Starset, and I discovered 2 new songs, not discovered necessarily, but they came out with 2 new songs called The Breach and Manifest. Either that or they were actually songs that I just found on my own. The next is actually Television Skies, another favourite band of mine. 3 songs I discovered of theirs were 17, the alternative version, Believe in You, and then Where I'm Standing Now, the alternative version also. And then the next song is called I Just Died in Your Arms by Throw the Fight. And the very last one, or very last band, are Written by Wolves, and their 2 songs, Better Luck Next Time with Trent Woodley from Hands Like Houses, which I hadn't realised before, and they are a band I have listened to in the past, and I haven't listened to them since. So I reckon I should probably listen to Hands Like Houses again at some point, and I'll probably rediscover my love for them as well. And then the last song is Forever and Always with Bex. I think these are actually reimagined versions of some of their original songs, I think. But yes, we are finally at the end. That is my Q3 discoveries, music discoveries, and we have covered a lot. I feel like there were a lot of songs on that list that I just struggled to get through, I'm not gonna lie. They are all of my discoveries from Q3. So that is the end. I've covered my artist and band discoveries, my album discoveries, and like new albums that I've listened to in Q3, and also song discoveries. So yes, I am going to leave this video here. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also make sure to subscribe down below and ding the bell to be notified for every single time I upload. All of my social media links will be down in the description along with everything else I've mentioned in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!